So today we have a great video contribution from Adam Pine. I've been trading Adam for about a year and a half now, and he's a very explosive deadlifter, but a lot of times when people are super explosive, they don't do it with the best technique. So I've said to Adam one day, I said, if I was getting back into powerlifting, you are someone I would watch and emulate their technique. So upon this, he offered to make a video for our YouTube channel, and you know, I get these offers a lot, and a lot of times I'm, like, hey, maybe, there may not be the right fit for what we're trying to do here, but this was definitely the right fit. It was very good. And when I bring you these videos, I'm only going to bring you, it may not be someone that's going to parrot exactly what I say. I'm not trying to do that. I'm only going to bring you videos from people I truly believe in. And this guy's a guy who's not born with the greatest genetics, but he's already deadlifted 750, as you're about to see, and he's on his way to 800. So take this advice. I'm going to put a link to his Instagram, his website at the bottom, and if we want to get more of these kind of people to make us videos for you guys, show them some love and go over there. I mean, because I don't know how else we're gonna get them to, cause I think we can maybe do some other things with this thing, but you have to go follow them and stuff to make them want to do it. So here we go. Enjoy the video.
Come on, here we go. Let's go, Adam. Yes.
Hey guys, Adam Pine here. I'm at Titan Barbell with Chelsea. We're going to be going over the deadlift today. We're going to cover a lot of common mistakes people make, how to fix them, and how to maximize your performance in the deadlift. I want to touch on footwear briefly. It's not going to make or break your deadlift, but I get asked about it a lot. So anything that's thin with a flat sole is going to be good. So Chucks are fine. I like wrestling shoes, and socks like Chelsea's wearing is fine too. When you're setting up for the deadlift, you got to start off in the right stance. A common mistake people will make is they start too close to the bar with their shins already touching it. There's a couple problems when you do this. Number one, it can restrict your path down to the bar, just making it tough to get your hips in the right position with the bar so close. Another problem is that when you go down, your shins will actually hit it, causing the bar to roll forward. The other problem is starting with the bar is pretty much already just too far out in front of her. What happens there is, as soon as you go to initiate the movement, the bar is going to pull you forward. So to get started off in the right spot, you just want to stand a couple inches away from it. You want to make sure that bar is nice and over your midfoot. So she's in the right spot now. If you're a bigger guy, you might want to leave even a little bit more distance just so you got a nice path down to the bar. But this is perfect for her. And you can see she's starting off in a vertical jump stance. This is a great place to start off, about hip width or so. You can keep your toes pointed straight forward, or you can have them pointed out like 11 to 1 o'clock, whatever kind of feels best for you. And over time, if you want to adjust this stance, that's fine. You can move it in a little bit, you can move it out a little bit. It's whatever feels most powerful for you. So when you go down to the bar, you want to avoid this common mistake of keeping your shoulders back to tighten your back up, and sometimes people have their arms bent like this. Just think, shove your shoulders away from your ears, keep your arms nice and long, and grip the bar just outside your legs here. Sometimes people grip it a little too narrow, and what's going to happen is their hands are going to run into their legs as they go up to lift the weight. And the other one is keeping it just way too wide, almost like a snatch. This is going to put a lot of extra stress on the upper back. And the other thing, it's going to force you to have to get your hips too low here, almost like you're starting from a deficit. So what you want to do is just keep the arms just outside your legs here. Chelsea's starting off with a mixed grip here. This is the most commonly used grip. It's going to be a really strong grip. The only con here is that it sometimes can lead to muscular imbalances. So sometimes people opt for a hook grip. This is another great option. It's really strong. The only problem here is it can be really tough on the thumbs, so a lot of people don't go with this one. And then lastly, and probably the least commonly used one, is the just double overhand grip. It's fine for warm-ups, and it's good for extra grip work. Next up, we're going to go over how to get tight and create tension to your body using proper breathing and bracing. You can get tight at the top or the bottom, which I prefer, because you won't have to hold your breath as long, and it's also conducive if you're using straps, because you're going to have to, because you'll already be down there. So what we're going to do is we're going to She's going to start off by grabbing the bar. She's going to set up with a neutral spine and take a big breath, aiming to fill up this entire belted area here with air. When she does that, she's going to flex her abs hard and push them out against the belt to get as much tension through her body as she can. A common mistake people make here is they're going to breathe into their chest, filling their chest up with air, and not any of this belted area here, or they'll take little tiny shallow breaths, or just not think about breathing at all. Again, so you want to think about filling this entire midsection up with air here and locking it down so you can be completely immovable. It's important if you're in your starting position, if you think and you go here, your back starts to round, the bar escapes your body like this, you're probably going to either miss the lift or you might even get injured. So again, you need to be able to maintain your posture through the entire lift, and you do that by creating tension through your midsection with nice breathing and bracing. Alright, so now we're going to start off with the flat back technique. Chelsea's going to start with her head neutral and her back nice and flat. From here, she's going to hinge her hips back. As she does that, she's going to build a lot of tension here in her hamstrings. One thing you want to avoid when you do this, when you push your hips back, is arching your back really hard. This is a common mistake you'll see a lot, but what you want to do is make sure you keep your back nice and neutral as you push your hips back to the wall behind you, build that nice tension in your hamstrings, and from here, we're just going to grab the bar. So we're going to grab the bar, we're going to breathe and brace right here, and the next thing you want to do is pull the slack out. So you do that by pulling your lats into the back pocket of your pants. And you can actually see here, Chelsea, you can hear her pulling the click or pulling the slack out of the bar here. So, again, she does that by pulling her lats into her back pockets. After she does that, what she wants to do is use the bar as a counterbalance. So she's going to pull her chest up and her hips down into place, just like a teeter-totter. Again, her chest is going up, her hips are going down. In the bottom here, you'll see her shins are nice and vertical, her weight's all the way back, her hamstrings are nice and tight, everything's nice and tight, and all she has to do is dig her heels in and push the floor away. Alright, so before with the flat back technique, we were starting with our lats in our back pocket. The problem with that is that when the weight gets really heavy and your lats in your back pocket, a lot of the time your arms pop out like this and create a lot of distance from the bar and your body, which is going to leave a lot of pounds off the lift, or it's going to just cause you to miss the lift. So instead, what we're going to do is we're going to shove our lats into the front pocket of our pants here. This is going to keep our back nice and tight, our lats are going to be nice and tight and locked in this position. Our upper back's going to be slightly rounded, our shoulders are going to be down, our arms are going to be nice and long. This is all good, it's going to make it easier for us to get down to the bar, and it's going to shorten the range of motion here a little bit. So from here, what we're going to do in this position is we're going to grab the bar, and we're going to breathe and brace. It's going to be really important that when we do this, we get really tight, really lock this brace in, really breathe in here, tighten our abs up, and maintain that tight position because we are started in a rounded position already, and we want to prevent any further rounding. So from here, all we're going to do is we're going to lower our hips, bring them into the bottom position, which by pulling them closer to the bar, which is going to shorten the range of motion a little bit, and it's going to be a nice, powerful stance. We're also going to push our shins into the bar here, allowing for more quad involvement and a better push off the floor. Alright, just to reiterate some of the benefits of the round back technique. Why do we start with the lats in the front pocket? This allows us to keep our lats and our upper back nice and tight and shorten the range of motion a bit. Our hips are a little bit closer to the bar, which allows for a slightly shorter range of motion and a really powerful starting off point. Our shins are slightly more forward, and this allows us to get our quads more involved for a more explosive, powerful push off the floor. So we went over the setup, now we're going to cover the execution of the lift. Chelsea's going to do a few reps, and then we're going to go over a couple take-home points. So the first thing you'll notice here is how explosive she is off the floor. Whether it's your warm-up or your max, you have to intend to move the weight as fast as possible. The second thing you'll see is she's pushing the bar off the floor. She's not pulling it off the floor. She's really digging her heels in and driving through the floor as fast as she possibly can. The bar is coming up, she's skimming her body the entire way up. It's not escaping her at all, which would pull her forward. From there, the bar is passing her knees. As she passes her knees, she locks them out. To lock her hips out, she squeezes her glutes as hard as she can, like she's trying to crack a walnut between her butt cheeks. And then she's pulling her shoulders back without hyperextending her back to lock out.